I'm gonna say, you know something I've seen recently, man, and it's just cause for some concern.
What kind of concern?
I'll tell you what, man. I was recently just walking on the street and I saw this van, and it was a van for some sort of electrical company or something like that. On the back of it, it said like the "How's my driving" thing. You remember those, right? If this vehicle is driving erratically, call whatever number. They also had a sign in there, right, that said this vehicle is GPS monitored for speed and location.
Some old bullshit.
Dude, like, I'm looking at that. I'm like, fucking Christ, man. Like, now they're watching you all the time, man. All the time.
Well,
like,
yeah, because they monitor gas and all that, gas and whether you're drunk.
Yeah, but it's just such an invade. Like, to me, it's like, I get it. It's the company and they have a right to do it because it's their vehicle, their company, man. But there's just something seriously unsettling as a worker where you feel like you're constantly being watched like that.
Well, this is not the days of delivering milk to people's doorsteps and leaving. Like, you're working with people's, companies' products and
but $1 But do you want people watching you like that? Do you want your employer watching you like that?
My employee watches me all the time.
I hate it. I hate it, man.
What are you gonna do?
It's kind of the way it's gone, especially with with the fact that cameras now are so readily available, and the equipment is so much cheaper now.
Cheaper and smaller.
It's cheaper and smaller than it was, let's say, 15 years ago.
Well, we got the biggest GPS piece of equipment that there is. Like, we carry it everywhere.
Oh, yeah, our phone.
Yeah.
Our phone. No, absolutely. But it's your private phone, so your employer doesn't have a right to go looking in your phone.
Well, that's coming.
Yeah, well, give it time.
The old government is gonna allow it.
You remember when we worked at the tank washing place, right?
Yep.
I remember this was like, what, 04 about there? Like 03, 04, 05-ish? Somewhere
Probably
around there.
05, because I started in...
Okay, whatever. Whatever. 05. All right. I remember back then when we were cleaning the trucks, right? I remember guys coming in and they had the little like saucer thing on top of their cab. And it looked like a dinner plate.
Yeah.
And that was the GPS tracker that they had. And a lot of the older guys who had been on the road for years were like, yeah, I'm retiring. And I was like, really? Like, are you going to retire? Why? He's like, you know what? Because of that. And I remember one of the guys pointed to it. He's like, I hate that fucking thing. Because now he's like, I could be on the road somewhere, doing my job, and I got a bunch of people thousands of miles away looking at what I'm doing, where I'm going, and all that shit. He goes, I hate that shit. He goes, I'm retiring. I don't want nothing to do with that.
You know what? That just means he was picking up hookers and doing shit wrong.
Exactly. And how are you supposed to drop off a dead hooker when there's a GPS tracking on your cab?
Well, how about you just don't drop off that hooker?
No.
No, you push him out the door while you're driving like the rest of us.
No, absolutely not, because that leaves a witness.
Who?
The hooker.
No, she's dead.
Oh, you mean you kill her and then drop her off?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the GPS is still tracking it. They're still tracking where you are.
No,
all the cops got to do is go back to your employer or go, who was here?
But you're on I-68 in fucking Utah somewhere, and there's plenty of guys on I-68 in Utah.
I don't know about that, man. Look, I want to be
first 48 trucker.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at this. Look at this tire mark. We tracked it to a waste facility place in Saginaw, Michigan. Look, I'm all for truckers having their own personal space in the cab, because that's why they're truckers. They don't want to deal with people. They want to be out on the road.
Don't work for a company. You work for yourself, and you don't have to have that shit.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, how many people can just start their own company? I just want to be left alone to do my job and kill a hooker or two without having to feel the consequences about it. Look, it's the American way.
Well, then move to China or Thailand.
Oh, man, nah. That hooker will be sick and she'll end up killing me.
Yeah, right. and the coronavirus.
Not the beer kind either.
It's funny. You know what? I wonder if this coronavirus has dimmed the sales of actual Corona.
Not by all the drunk Mexicans I've seen.